Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy DT3, man, and I'm big at you with another video, man. New media, notification gang. Gold Squad. It's what it is, man. Look, check this out. I've already kind of spoke on the Canelo Williams skull shit. I already spoke on that. I got a video about that. I already spoke upon what I think about Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. I've already spoke on that. If you follow the channel, you would know I've already spoken on these things and what I think about them. But I did not tell you what I thought about Teofimo versus Arnold Barboza. Who you got? Um, I was going to go with Arnold Barboza. I was going to rock with him. And here's why. George Ferocious Kambosos. The last time we seen, now hopefully, because I watched the pressures and build up to the Teofimo Kambosos fight versus Teofimo and the Arnold Barboza fight. And the reason why I watched it is because that prior to the Loma really didn't engage with T.O.'s antics too much. But George Kambosos did. George Kambosos kind of created this little rivalry during that time with him and T.O. And then when you saw how Teofimo dealt with somebody who really wasn't phased or really wasn't moved by the little antics that he was doing, and Tio thought that he was just gonna go in that fight with Kambosos, and he was just gonna steamroll dude. That's what he thought. He thought he was gonna go in there and steamroll Kambosos, and Kambosos like, no, I'm really about that action, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the skill wise, I'm not the best of the best skill wise. But I'm about that action, boss. Don't think you finna come in here and you just finna steamroll Kambosos, bro. You gonna got another thing coming. Even Terrence Crawford, when he fought Mean Machine, you ain't finna just walk up on Mean Machine like you caught some shit to where it's arguably a knockdown. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. If Teofimo go into this fight the same way he went into George Kambosos, he gonna lose. Barboza is more skilled than Kambosos. Barboza got a jab. That was part of the reason why he beat Catterall, was because he was literally working behind that jab, and Catterall was having little fits with that and keeping that low lead hand and not really knowing how to use that shit. Like y'all be using that low lead hand. It looked good. It looked good. You gonna get touched the fuck up if you keep that motherfucker lingering low, bro. Floyd only did it when he knew you were actually advancing and finna be super aggressive. Then he didn't aimlessly do it. He would trap you. He would do this. This right here is a fundamental thing. He'll be here. You niggas do this shit. At the best, you might tuck your chin. But most of you motherfuckers, y'all here. You are open to get hit. Your hands, you're not protecting yourself. You trying to be cute. You trying to look cool like you on the street. This look cool, but it ain't cool. When you watch film of Floyd, when he walk up on, watch everybody when they use the shoulder roll, bro, and how they approach people. And see how most fighters approach you. Lead hand down, rear hand is right here or here. This is terrible fundamentals. Okay, when you see Floyd a step into, he like this. Shoulder, protecting the chin. Anything you throw, it's off this shoulder. I'm here. I'm not here. Here. You'll watch Floyd, you'll see him do this. You'll see him do that shit. You don't see a lot of fighters that use the shoulder roll lift that shoulder up. A lot of you niggas is doing bad fucking shoulder roll fundamental. Stop calling that shit the Mayweather style, but the shit was out way before Mayweather was doing it, bro. His daddy was doing that shit before him. And then, I can't remember what bruh name is, but I'm finna get bruh name. It's another nigga that was fought in the black and white era. Use a shoulder roll. Nicolino Luce, use a shoulder roll. Really Pep, use the fucking shoulder roll. But it was somebody before them that used the shit. I can't remember dude's name. But Floyd is not, no one here. He's not the master of the shoulder roll. If anything, Floyd Mayweather is the most famous person to do this shit. But the person that everybody thought it was cool that did that shit, Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones would literally, no shoulder, none of this. That nigga lead hand was low. He was so athletic to where he could literally walk up to you with his hands at his ankles, bro. And you still wasn't finna hit him with nothing stupid. Check the film. Roy got film. Nigga putting his hands behind his back, bro. Who have you seen in boxing history put their hands behind their back, put their hands behind their back in the middle of a fight, standing close to the ropes, watching you and waiting, and then coming from behind his back all the way around and still hitting you and knocking your ass out at the same damn time? You niggas ain't about that action. That was a very long disclaimer. That was like a 7-minute disclaimer. Forgive me. But I had to get that shit out. Shit pisses me off. So, if Teo goes at Arnold aimlessly, aggressively, like he did in his previous fights, not even the Kambosos fight, his previous fight, Arnold gonna light you up, bro. Arnold is going to light you up. Teofimo's biggest mistake is he do get caught up in the firefight. Teo, you can punch, but you ain't the only dude that can punch. And you do get hit. And in your last fight, you got hit with some stupid shit. When you fought Kambosos, you got hit with stupid shit. Because you get in your head and you feel, for whatever reason, you have to overly engage when you probably don't have to. A fighter like Arnold Barboza is going to take full advantage of the mistakes that you make. The mistakes that you made in your last fight, you cannot make against Arnold Barboza. This dude is really coming to beat your ass, just like George Ferocious Kambosos. Teofimo, this is the second time I've seen you get all amped up and you really underestimating who you coming up against because you're looking at a dude who don't really have no special effects. George Ferocious Kambosos didn't have nothing special about him. He was pretty much a straight up and down dude, gonna come forward and pretty much try to walk you down and bully you. He might box you a little bit here or there, but his overall game is to come in and trade and throw some shots, right? Barboza he's a little more busy. He's going to be busy with that jab. He's going to be busy. If he's smart, he's going to change levels with that jab and set up that right hand. If he does that, Teo, it's going to be a long night for you. But if you're able to catch Barboza smooth, clean, early, you probably gonna get him out of there within 6 rounds, maybe 8 at the most. But you don't have a high enough work rate, Teo. I want you to win, though. Keep real with you. I want Teo to win. I do. I don't like the antics, but bro, as a fighter, bro, I respect you. But if you go in there stupid, thinking you just finna watch this dude, same mindset you had versus Kambosos, got nothing coming, bro. Because now this is my opinion. This part is my opinion. I think Arnold Barboza is a better, skill-wise, he's a better fighter than George Kambosos. I do. I think he's a better fighter. And he has more tools in his arsenal than George. That don't mean George don't got none. I'm just saying Arnold has more. And he's more of a threat to Tio. He's bigger. He's a bigger man than George. He has more range than George. So that means he can control the range a lot better. When Tio fought George, Tio was the one that should have controlled the range, but he allowed George. He fought a George Kambosos fight. He tried to close and fight within the pocket. That you shouldn't have fought that fight. You should have fought George the same way Devin Haney fought George. Long, boring fight. Keep on into your jab, box him, be pretty. I'm gonna keep real with y'all. Sometimes fans, it's not about you. It's about the fighter getting the win, bro. And at the end of the day, every fight don't always be entertaining, bro. Some fights gonna be boring. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And when you got a fighter of a George Ferocious Kambosos with a Devin Haney, and you see Devin Haney style, oh yeah, know that. Like, Devin should have fought Ryan like that. Long, boring. He should have made that fight boring as fuck. For real, for real. And I'm not even sorry to say that shit, because y'all spent y'all money on that shit. But for Devin to win that fight, he should have made that fight long and boring. Pot shotting him, jab, jab, changing levels, making him miss, boom, boom, pop, pop. Pop, pop. Like, that's what Devin should have did. But he didn't. He decided to go in there and try to fucking out slug a slugger, bro. He wanted to hook with a hooker. Bad idea, bro. Bad idea. But if Tio goes into this fight thinking he gonna bully Arnold, sad day, bro. Sad day, bro. And Arnold ain't no punk, bro. Say what you want about the man, because I didn't think Catterall was gonna lose to him. Keep it real with you. I thought Catterall was gonna beat him, and then I was gonna set up the Catterall Tio fight. Even though I don't think Tio would have been quick to fight Catterall at this point. But looking at it for what it is, he probably would have. Because I didn't think he would have. But looking how Barboza beat Catterall and then Tio fought Barboza right after, I think he would have. On the under, just how he did that. But at first, I didn't think he would. But you got to fight a smart fight with Barboza. He is experienced. Okay? He's not somebody you just, like I said, you finna steamroll. If you do, shit. But from the looks of it, watching film and all that, I don't see you steamrolling him. I see you underestimate him a little bit. You look like if you go in there trying to trade with bruh, hopefully bruh's chinny. If bruh's tough, you got some heart to him. If he is what is advertised, T.O., bruh ain't no win, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a long night, bro. I do want you to win, though. I do. I really want you to beat him. For real, for real. For two reasons. Number one, it's going to set up some bigger fights in the future. I see how this game works. And if you lose this fight, your market value will go down. So all the big major fights that a lot of people want to see will probably be voided. And the amount of money that he can command, he won't be able to command that number because of the loss and who he lost to. And nobody is finna jump up and jump through fire hoops to see Arnold Barboza fight. Even if he do beat Tio. Unless he just knocked Teofimo out in like ferocious fashion, yeah, they'd probably want to see him then. But nobody is really looking for Arnold Barboza. Nobody is screaming for him. There's a lot more people basically saying like Teofimo finna wash, bruh. And I'm telling y'all right now, unless Arnold Barboza comes in that fight stupid, yeah. But if Arnold Barboza come into that fight the way he did with Catterall and he uses his range and gets behind the jab and fight Tio like that, nigga, boy. Y'all gonna see who Arnold Barboza really is. And what I know about Tio is Tio get in his head and he'll get in his own way. If that happens, Arnold gonna fuck you up, Tio. If you mentally have the breakdown that you did against Kambosos, Arnold gonna win that. Arnold gonna win that. You don't have the mental fortitude to face real adversity. When it's somebody that you expect to give you a problem, then I think you'll deal with it better because you already mentally going into that fight with the expectation that this person is going to give you a problem. You know what I'm saying? But if you go into a fight with your own understanding that you think that you just finna just run through this dude, you gonna fuck up. You gonna start making mistakes. Tio has a habit of underestimating his opponents. And hopefully he's not doing that this time. It don't look like it, but there are some moments where I'm like, bro, Tio, you starting to sound like you did when you fought George. If you go in there with the mentality that you had when you fought George, I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. I'm just telling you right now, bro. But it's possible it could go 12. It's possible. A lot of times where we thought that fights wouldn't go 12, they went 12. We didn't think Lamont Roach, Tank Davis was going to go 12, went 12. We didn't think Eubank versus Ben Juniors, when Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben had, we didn't think that shit was going to go 12. We thought somebody going down. Went 12. So a lot of these fights that we sitting there thinking they ain't going to go the distance, them be the ones that tend to go the motherfucking distance. So I also wouldn't be surprised if it went the distance. But I think if it go the distance, Tio, you gonna get tired. Around 8 and 9, you gonna start to wear down. Arnold gonna turn up. Unless Arnold punches himself out in the early rounds because of the moment. Because he really wanna, you know what I'm saying? If Arnold get over anxious and overzealous, Tio gonna get him. If the moment becomes too big for Arnold, Tio gonna get him. Tio been in some big major marquee fights, bro. So he can handle the lights. That he can do. If Arnold can't handle the lights, Tio gonna get him. Tio gonna get him. So in my personal opinion, it's a 50-50 fight, bro. It's all on, in my opinion, it's all on who show up. Who I want to win is Tio. Period. Tio winning, even though I have to give the man his flowers to some avail. Even though I do not like his antics, I do not like the racist comments that he has made in the past. I don't like that shit. Past is the past, though. You can't do shit about the past. Feel me? Nothing. It's just what it is. But due to the fact that he said that shit, yeah, it's really hard for me to try to, support him in that sense. But I also understand the business aspect of the sport. And I know that Teofimo doing the things that he's doing brings eyes to the sport, unfortunately. If that's what y'all got to do so people will look at you, I kind of feel like that's some lackluster shit. But he do bring eyes to the sport. He does. Whether you like him, you don't like him, you hate him, you love him, Tio does bring eyes to the sport. Same thing with Ryan Garcia. I can't stand that motherfucker. But he do bring eyes to the sport, regardless. So I would like Tio to win. That's who I want to win. But I would not be surprised if Arnold Barboza edged out of SD, bro, and got the dub. That would not surprise me, because I know how Tio gets when he starts to fight people who he believes and his dad believed that he's supposed to just wash. You going into that shit underestimating motherfucker, and they give you some work. So, who you got? 100.